To construct a frequency polygon, we're going to want to graph the frequencies of our distribution, and our frequencies are these 5 values right here. And then we're going to go up to Insert, and this should be a line graph, so we're going to select from this menu of options this first option that pops up right here, 2D line graph, that just simply says it's a line graph, and click on that, and we get a line graph that is formed. Now we can change the layout of it if we would like. We can leave it as it is, I guess. But we do definitely want to add in some elements. So here on this plus sign, we can add in axis titles. So we have axis titles. So on our x-axis here, we're going to need to have the midpoints of our frequency distribution, and the y-axis should be the frequency for each particular class. And then we can give this graph a title based on the triglyceride levels. I'm just going to call this a frequency polygon. Now, to make this a frequency polygon, though, we need to go from this point, and we need to bring this down to the x-axis. We need an extra midpoint to the left. We need to bring this down to the y-axis, and we need an extra midpoint over on this particular direction. So what we need, actually, is we need an extra frequency of 0 over on this direction, an extra frequency of 0 over in this direction. So now if I click on my graph again, so you'll see this area where I have the numbers in blue selected. I can extend this area of what I've selected by going to one of the corners, and you can see I added the 0 to the left, and then I add the 0 to the right, and then we get all the frequencies that are selected, and this makes the frequency polygon. And then the only thing that needs to be altered or changed from this point is change what our x-axis labels are. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, we're supposed to have our midpoints. So we need to choose the midpoints. Now you'll see that we only have 5 midpoints, but 7 frequencies. So we should have the same number of midpoints as we do have frequencies. So we're going to need some extra midpoints. So if you recall that the distance between our midpoints here is 65, which is the same as our class width. So to determine this extra midpoint here, I'm going to take 170, since it's my midpoint in the next class, and I'm going to subtract 65 from it, and that's going to be 105, and then my midpoint down here should be taking in 430, and we add 65 to that, and that is going to, I forgot the equal sign, there we go, and that equals 495. So what we'll want to do now is click on your graph here. On the x-axis here, we'll want to we'll select some data, there we go, and on the horizontal axis, edit that, and we'll move this out of the way and select the midpoints right there, and hit OK, and then you'll see that the midpoints now get replaced. Hit OK on this box one more time, and this would be your completed frequency polygon. If you want to throw this onto a different tab, you're more than welcome to do so. Just right click on the graph and go to Move Chart, and we can move this to a new sheet. We can call the tab Frequency Polygon and hit OK. Moves the graph to a different tab.